Hi, my name is Kevin Wagner. I'm with Bricks, and I'm on Guilds of Historica as Rogue Angel. This is a Star Wars build that I put together. So this is a research facility that was abandoned on the planet, and the rebels came in and built a fortress base to work from, and they've stolen an Imperial shuttle, and now the Empire is coming to try to retrieve it.
Okay, so maybe take us through the different sections here of what this build involves.
Sure. So there are 3 landing platforms on the center where the ships would be coming and going from. There are 4 habitation buildings on the outside for the workers for the research facility, a few plant pods and research pods, and then a control tower in the center. So that's what the original researchers would have used. And then when the rebels came in, they built walkways along the outside. They barricaded it up so it would protect on the front side, and then they used existing storage containers on the backside to protect against potential Empire attacks. And for this particular location, the planet has more of a desert, sand, tan coloration to it. So there's air speeders. There's a retrofitted Republic tank, which is the only custom build I have here. The other ones are sets for the Imperial shuttle itself, the X-Wing and the air speeders and the ATSTs.
Now talk about the barricade here, because that's an interesting way you kind of designed that.
Yep, so what I wanted to do is have the platforms that would be able to extend across the compound so the rebels would be able to get places quickly. And then I used some reference from some futuristic Warhammer 40K that I saw to put up barricading along the outside. The dark orange plate is from the classic Batman Batcave set. There was one in there that I was able to pick these up on Bricklink, and it ended up working out very well. Initially, I had them standing up straight, but I found when I leaned them in, it looked a lot more realistic as to what you'd see on a space outpost.
And they're just leaned against there, right?
Correct. Yep, they're just leaned up against it. I experimented with attaching them to the sides and to putting things on the front so they would stand vertically, but it looked a lot better leaned up against it, I thought.
The landing pads are another fantastic part of the build. So how'd you do the ring around there and then kind of the pad itself?
So the ring around, I was experimenting with trying to get that concentric shape, and it worked out that there's little vehicle like extended T-slopes 1x2 that work right between the joints, so it ends up filling in very nicely because I have a light strip underneath that's a solid light that extends through, but I use the 1x2 Technic bricks so the light only shows through in the holes, almost so that a fighter that would be landing would be able to see the platforms. And then I have a single LED light strip that wraps through all 3 of them, so it starts on one side, wraps around, does 180, and then comes around through the entire thing. And it worked out very well. It fit in perfectly. It's an LED light, so it doesn't heat up. So I've been able to run it continuously without a problem.
And then how did you come up with kind of the shipping container design for the background?
So when I do some of these bigger builds, I try to look for Lego pieces that will work well. So the shipping containers use the Nexonite. I believe it's a 6x6 piece that was used for their futuristic castles, but it worked very well to put them end to end and match them up, and worked well as containers. So the Star Wars containers from some of the movies have a bit more of a slope to them, but I figured this would work out and look similar as well. And then for the gun turrets, it was a similar thing where the dark orange cylinders work well for this. I'm going to be using them for a Cloud City build in the future for the Tabanic gas platforms, but I was able to get nice rotating platforms here, and then use some, I don't know if it's Hero Factory or Bionicle pieces for rocket launchers, and then for a gun turret as well. And then I was able to, on the outsides of the building, I was able to incorporate some small LED balloon lights that work as kind of exterior lighting. On either side of the residential platform, there's an entrance, there's essentially a receptacle, and then lighting as well.
Fantastic work here. I love the layout, the lighting, and everything really makes it pop, and I think you captured a very nice scene here, so thank you so much.
Thank you very much.